in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
We fulfill the prophecies.
And I'm just like you.
You might be light, I might be dark.
But I'm just like you.
We kill each other over colors.
And I'm just like you.
I'm in these ghettos, in these
And
slums.
I'm just like you.
They call you nigga, call me Spick.
And I'm just like you.
You was 1619, I was 1492. We getting shot in these
And
streets.
I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Officer Azanai. In today's news, we have
On Ukraine, many Russians have no doubt it's the fault of the U.S.
it's the U.S.'s fault. Let's scroll down. Let's see what this article is actually talking about. Come on.
After touring the grand marble-clad Victory Museum in Moscow, dedicated to the Soviet Union's triumph over Nazi Germany in World War II, the two visitors concluded that the situation today is not all that different. Russia is under attack again.
So what do you think happens when you corner somebody or you put somebody in a corner? History is going to be bound to repeat itself over and over and over again. What we're watching right now is something that happened before World War II took place, the Cold War. This is something that they're just, throwing out threats, just like how you would sit there before you fight somebody, you throw out a lot of threats. You ain't going to do this. You ain't going to do that. Man, I beat you. I do this and I do that. And next thing you know, sooner or later, somebody got to swing. So now let's continue reading.
America badly wants to start this war.
America wants to do what?
America badly wants to start this war.
America is actually doing what it's designed, why God put them on the face of the earth to be warmongers. This is what America was set up, to be the ultimate warrior, the best empire throughout all history, so God could take them down, just like how he did Egypt. Come on, read.
America badly wants to start this war, said Olga A. Petrova, a retiree referring to the simmering conflict between Russia and the West over Ukraine.
Over Ukraine. So this is a fight about power, holding on to the power, because Ukraine was governed by Russia. Now, Ukraine wanted a more European-centric political system, and that's why they're having a beef. They're having a conflict. Read.
NATO wants to bring its troops to our borders.
Which they did. And because they did that, Russia fired what was, flexing and firing different weapons. Read.
They looked for our weak spots and they found Ukraine. She said, adding that Americans don't even know where Ukraine is on the map.
America don't even know where Ukraine is. But they just want to start this war and this beef with Russia. Go to Psalm chapter 28 and let's read verse 4. Because in the article it says America strongly wants this war. Now let's see what God says. Come on.
Psalms chapter 28 and verse 4. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert.
So if America just badly wants this war, God says, I'm going to give you this war, because ultimately we know what's going to happen when World War III starts. That's the deliverance of the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. The blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native American Indians, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Go to Proverbs chapter 21 and let's read verse 1. This is what's happening. We think it's man, but it's not. Read.
Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
So the king's heart, which is the president of Ukraine, the president of Russia, which is Vladimir Putin. It's not the president, the prime minister of Russia, which is Vladimir Putin. He put it in his heart, in America's heart, to direct it to what? War. Because war is going to bring about this. 2 Ezra chapter 13, and let's read verse 29. This is what war is about to bring. Because World War III, it's at its brink, and nobody actually knows and nobody pays attention. We are too busy being distracted by the Super Bowl or the NBA championships, or how many threes did Steph Curry hit, or Klay Thompson, people like that. KD, what about Kyrie Irving? Read.
2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come
Uh-huh.
when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
So God is going to start delivering who? The 12 tribes of Israel upon the earth. How is he going to do it? He's going to use man in their war in World War III to bring that about. But what God has to do, he got to put it in the spirit of these nations, just like how he's going to do here. Let's read Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5, because this is the spirit that God is going to have to put upon these nations to bring forth war. Come on.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Yea, also, because he has transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
So because America has transgressed through his political system, or added more sin in the world through its political systems, because they'll push homosexuality and they'll push a lot of different things through politics. They transgress by wine, which is their confusion, their politics, their media, and all these different avenues. Read.
He is a proud man.
And he became so proud to where he feels like even though something is not his, he's going to still lay claim to it because he thinks he's the almighty God on the earth. Read.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell.
So you see what happened? He enlarged his desire as hell. Wherever he goes, he brings hellish conditions. Read.
And is as death.
And is as death. Read.
And cannot be satisfied.
And we see what it says about this nation. It cannot be satisfied with what? War, conquering, wanting to be the best, the grand poobah of everybody on the face of the earth. This nation is meant to conquer and to destroy all nations, so that way they could say this. Read.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Come on.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
So God has put it in the spirit of America to be so covetous, to conquer all these nations, to put their political reforms into play, or their political system into play, into all these different nations. These nations are going to take this parable and say, America, this is your fault. Read.
And a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Ukraine is not America's. It was ruled and governed by Russia. Read.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Read.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?
So ultimately, because America think they're the grand poobah of it all, what's going to happen is these other nations are going to gang up against America because of the maltreatment that they have done upon the face of the earth. Read.
And thou shalt be for booties unto them.
And they're going to be for booties, meaning they're going to spoil you. They're going to take every single thing that you have. So how are they going to do that? How is this war going to take place? What's going to be so different about this war? And we get deliverance. I thought war was always throughout our history in human history or humankind. This is what's so different about this war, and this is why God said he's going to deliver us. Read Isaiah chapter 9, and let's read verse 5.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
It's with confused noise, with swords, with arrows going like this. It's these are the confused noise that's happening. Read.
And garments rolled in blood.
And garments that's going to be rolled in blood. Read.
But this
war, World War III,
shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Meaning the nuclear missiles that goes boom. That's how we're going to be delivered from the face of the earth. Read Joel chapter 3 and let's read Joel 3 and verse 9. That's how we're going to be delivered from the face of the earth.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to proclaim that war is coming. War is coming so that way God could sit there and he could deliver the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Read.
Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Come on.
Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So you see what God is going to be doing? He's going to be gathering all nations to the valley of what? Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision. This is the last war that's going to happen, the World War III that's going to happen. And guess what's going to happen after that, after World War III? Let's read Isaiah chapter 14 and let's read verse 7. Because ultimately, World War III, which is going to be fought on a different level compared to all the wars that happen in society, World War III is going to be taking place with nuclear fire. World War III is going to be with nuclear fire this time. Read.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 7.
And this is what's going to happen after World War III, after God removes this nation from power, America. Read.
The whole earth is at rest.
The what?
The whole earth is at rest.
So ain't gotta be no more people trying to push their political system upon you, but it's mostly gonna be what we're gonna push upon you is God's laws that says thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery. There's nothing wrong with that. Read.
And is quiet.
And the earth is gonna be quiet. Because this nation is gone and it's no more. No more of this eagle and its horrible feathers and their wicked system that they bring about. We're going to have total peace in the kingdom.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.